Alrighty, if you look over there, somewhere in the haze, you might see Lake Chapala. Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think this camera's going to do it. I can't see with my eyeball. But there's some mountains. We're surrounded by mountains. We're in Ajijic, right on Lake Chapala. This is our second Airbnb because we had to abandon the first Airbnb because it was a glorified construction site. Why don't they say that? Why don't they just say, you know, there's a little bit of construction? Then we wouldn't have to go there and say, nope. But that's life. That is life. But it worked out for the best because we ended up here in this place, which is very nice. We're going to leave here this morning to move to a bed and breakfast because this is too fancy. This is too fancy for us. I don't feel comfortable. But what this video about is my first impressions of Ajijic. And I'll have to say, after walking around for a day yesterday, that it's really nice. It's lovely. And it's quiet, or at least it's quiet here. This is as quiet as I've heard it. I think I heard frogs last night, maybe even a cricket. Could see stars. It felt a lot different than being in Puerto Vallarta or Guadalajara or Morelia. So every place we've been has been different. And this is really a lovely, lovely spot. What first strikes me is there's a lot of gringos. I knew there was going to be a lot of gringos. But man, there's a lot of gringos. We have seen, just walking around yesterday, we saw more gringos than we have seen in our whole 2 months in Mexico yesterday. We heard more English. We spoke more English than the whole time we've been here. It's hard not to speak English. Unless you're good at Spanish, because we're interacting with Mexican people that are working, and we're trying to converse with them in Spanish, and have our exchanges at Airbnbs and restaurants, and asking directions, and we're trying to speak Spanish, but we can tell they're not even interested in speaking Spanish to us, because their English is fine, because there's so much English around here, and they're like, just say what you want to say and stop butchering Spanish. So it's easy to fall back into English here. That's the number one thing. Well, that's the number two thing that strikes me. I don't know. Gringos and English abounds around here. And the gringos are old. I mean, I'm creeping up there. As you can see, I've almost gone full gray. Almost. But here, a lot of retirees, a lot of older folks, which I like. I like being around folks that are older than me. It's like discovering the fountain of youth. I feel so much younger, and I feel more confident because I like it. I feel like if I was to get in a fight with the average gringo around here, there's like I don't know, the outcome is unknown. It's like a 50-50 shot. I have a 50-50 shot of winning most fights. I guess that's a primordial way of thinking, but I like it because usually when I'm out and about, I feel like at best I've got like a 20% shot of surviving, because I have to fight, because I can't run, because running is a young man's game. And again, I'm not old, but boom, lots of gringos. They're old, lots of English. I like the narrow streets, the cobblestone, the small shops. I like the lowness of this town. It feels a lot smaller than the other places we've been. Although there's lots of traffic, there's lots of noise where there is noise. It's going to be coming up on the weekend, so we'll see what that's going to be like. I just thought of another thing that struck me is that the food options aren't as Mexican. So we've been here, we've had 2 meals out. We had Italian food and we had Thai food. And that was very easy to do. But I guess we haven't been here long enough to be tired of Mexican food. So I don't know what we're going to be doing today, but it'll be very easy. Well, hopefully we'll eat some Mexican food, but it'll be very easy not to. Another thing that immediately strikes me is that it is definitely more expensive. Still very affordable. Still more bang for the buck than what we would get in the United States, for sure. But I have easily spent 2 to 3 times more than what I'm I've become accustomed to now. After Guadalajara, super affordable. Morelia, super affordable. Even Puerto Vallarta, I think, compared to here initially, because we haven't tried to be cheap here, and we certainly haven't tried to be fancy pants. But boom, right off the bat, I'm pulling 500 peso notes out of my wallet to pay for stuff quite easily. Getting some change back, but not a lot. I think we spent about maybe 20 to 25 bucks on the 2 meals that we've had, and usually I expect to spend between $10 and $15. So quite a little jump up from there. Another thing, Ubers. Forget Ubers. Don't rely on Ubers here in Lake Chapala. At least that's been our immediate experience. We had read that, but I don't think it had cemented itself into our brain. So we took the bus from Morelia to Guadalajara, and then we took an Uber from Guadalajara to here to Lake Chapala. And then we had our issue with our first Airbnb. So we said, well, we're not staying here. We're not going to spend the next 10 days next to this construction site. So we, shouldering on our packs, and we headed down to the road and got there, and boom, bloop, 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 Ubered it up, right? But no Ubers available. We've looked again for an Uber at another time. No Ubers available. So for whatever reason, I guess it isn't worthwhile for people to do Uber right here. I guess because things are kind of close. So unless you're going all the way a great distance between here and Guadalajara or some greater distance, it's not really a good business strategy to be an Uber driver around here. And we haven't jumped in cabs or anything. We ended up just flagging down a bus and taking the bus from Chapala to Ajijic, which I think was less than 20 pesos for the both of us. But now, once we're here, I don't think we're, I think we'll be able to just walk around just fine. So, what did I say? I'll list them. I'll list my immediate things that jump out about me. That jump out about Ajijic. Let me give you a quick little tour of our little Airbnb. But no matter where you're at in Lake Chapala, you're probably going to be able to look out and see the mountains. And I don't know what kind of trees these are. These are Dr. Seuss Horton Hears a Who trees. Seen lots of parrots, lots of very colorful birds. The weather has been super duper splendiferous. Down here is this fancy pants, Richie Rich, sprawling estate area. We're up here in the little servants' quarters, but the servants, they have it very well. I don't know what these dome things are that are everywhere. It's very cool. I don't know why they do that. I don't know if it's kind of like a skylight type feature. But when you come in here, you can see, boom, it's a dome o light. Love these little domed roofs. This is just a great room. And I sort of wish we were staying here. Oops, let me turn this microwave off so you don't muck up my sound. Just un momento, camera girl. Is that okay? Sure. Thumbs up. She can handle that. I'm going to be in big trouble for that. But here's another little domey dome. But I don't know. And I got a shot of me taking a bath. Maybe if I get a half-naked picture of me in the thumbnail.
All the bears lovers.
Oh, you mucked up my joke.
Sorry.
I had such a funny line coming and then she had to get all twisted.
All right, go ahead, do it.
No, that's it. The thrill is gone. That's our Airbnb, and I don't know where we're going right now. I think we're going to a very small bed and breakfast type thing that's probably going to be like a cell. But it's very affordable. And that's what I like. God, I wish I'm so cheap wherever I go. Why do I have to be so cheap in Mexico? But this one wasn't cheap. I think we're spending, probably after everything's all said and done, I think $55 a night, which is, I mean, for what we got, I mean, jeepers creepers. I can't believe how much I complain about stuff. But we're going to be here for a little bit, and I'm very excited about being here because it's different. it's different than where we've been, and hopefully we'll go to different places in Mexico. But if you want to continue watching our Mexico vids, I'll have a link down below to our playlist, subscribed, bell notification stuff. Really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the future.